Hey everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. This is Around the Diamond. We're joined, as always, by Rhett Conway. Rhett, how you doing?
Doing great, Brian. How are you?
Doing quite well. Excited to talk a little bit about the Red Sox, who, hey, we got a lot of craziness with the Bruins. We got the Celtics in the finals, but the Red Sox quietly are having a very nice turnaround to their season. What has stuck out to you?
Uh, just in a big way, this is what we always thought this team was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
The trajectory of the past 2 weeks has been amazing. I mean, we've won seven straight. We have yet to lose in June.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving June. June's been great. Our rotation has been spot on. We allowed one run over the last six games of our starting rotation.
That's
Absolutely amazing.
recipe for success there. We they beat the Angels yesterday, coming off of them firing their manager and then listening to
Yep,
Nickelback. Can we touch on that real quick? What happened there?
I have no idea who decided to go with Nickelback.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the first thing I thought of, and I'm not trying to compare Nickelback to a thong, but when the Yankees used to go on slumps, apparently they had a thong that they passed around.
Mm-hmm.
It Baseball players are weird creatures. They're superstitious creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how else to say it. Nickelback did not work. They went.
Yeah,
They got shut out, which is what you'd expect if Nickelback is your walk-up song.
yeah. I mean,
So
maybe they should have just all come out to the thong song, just
yeah,
every
no,
time.
I mean that might have been better because
Mm-hmm.
one of the Nickelback songs, I think it's Rockstar. I'm not very up on my Nickelback, but has the lyrics. It's like the bottom of the ninth, and we're never gonna win. Why is that
Oh
your
my
go-to
god.
song? That doesn't make any sense to me.
No, that's no good. So I had to bring that in because it's just bizarre,
Yeah, it
bizarre
is
stuff
bizarre.
happening there. But yeah, so obviously, um, the rotation has been great in this winning streak. How about the hitting? How are we feeling about that?
The hitting I'm comfortable with. We're not going to be hot all the time, but
Mm-hmm.
the important thing is good teams find a way to win when the hitting slows down.
Mm-hmm.
We've won three games so far in LA as we record this. We're about an hour away from first pitch and for game four.
Mm-hmm.
And you need to be able to win the one-run games. And to be able to win two one-run games against a team that has Otani and Trout
Mm-hmm.
makes me feel really, really good. Because we pick up wins here when the offense gets hitting again. The pitching doesn't have to be as good, and that's what good teams do.
Mm-hmm.
um, Bogarts has calmed down a bit. JD has calmed down. Both of them are still bonkers in their stats. JD has a 981 OPS, I believe. Both of them are well north of a 300 batting average.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Devers leads the league in like every hitting stat that's not batting average. He's got, I think, one of the best OPSs. He's got the most extra base hits. He's got the most total bases. Extra base hits and total bases kind of feed into one or the other. But
Mm-hmm.
he is just, when he hits, he slugs. He is that kind of guy. Love watching him. Trevor Story also cooled off a bit, but you can't hit three home runs every night. Just what's going to
Yeah,
happen.
it's tough.
Well, what's happening with the Sox, and this is one of the magical things that Core can do, is
Mm-hmm.
last night Vasquez played first base.
Mm-hmm.
Dahlbeck played third base because we needed to give guys off. He finds a way to get the right guys into the right positions at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the things we love Brock Holt for that, for the Red Sox Nation. You could play him everywhere. I mean, there was a season he played every position of a catcher and pitcher.
Right.
Um, but just the ability, everyone buys in. Christian Vasquez, yeah, it's supposed to be my day off. I'll go play a game. I'll go play a game at first, and it's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely fine. He made a beautiful defensive pick at first base. Bobby Dahlbeck, third base is actually his position. The only reason why he's at first is because we have, Devers.
Mm-hmm.
Kiki had to play shortstop a couple games ago because Bogarts came out with left shoulder tightness. Of course, he played the next day. Did absolutely everything you could do on a baseball field that involved your shoulder and looked fine, so I'm not worried about him.
Right.
But yeah, Kiki comes in, plays shortstop, and it's that next guy up mentality that kind of steals something from the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Come in, do your job, next guy up,
Right.
and I'm loving it.
Yeah, and I mean they've toothed and clawed their way into a playoff spot. Is that right?
Yep, we're in the final card spot with the expanded playoffs.
Okay.
One thing that I want people to kind of be aware of is we would only be about 4.5 games out of a normal wild card spot if we didn't have the expanded playoffs. Actually, 3.5 right now before tonight. That's how good this team is. That's how good the AL East is. I mean, the teams that are above us in the wild card spot is Toronto and Tampa. We're 3.5 back on Tampa. We're 4.5 back on Toronto. We have a better run differential than both those teams. If we did not have as crap of an April as we did, we would be the second best team in the division. I know no Red Sox fan likes to hear second best and behind New York, but no one is playing like the Yankees right now. That being said, again, as we record this, Garrett Cole let up 3 home runs to start his outing against Minnesota. So that's always good news. I love it when the Yankees let up 3 in a row.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to start off, but hey, we'll take it, obviously. So what are your kind of readjusted expectations now going forward for the Red Sox?
So readjusted is, I think second place is within grasp. I think that even if we don't get second place, if this team plays as good as it can, and as good as they have been, and as good as I think they're going to, I think we at least play that wild card stretch at home. 3-game series now for the wild card. It's not a 1-game playoff play-in game.
I like that.
It's a 3-game set, and then the 2 best teams in the American League wait for the winners of the 2 wild card sets to play the division series, and then from then on, it's baseball playoffs as we've grown to know it. I think we should be able to play that at home. We're not going to be one of the division winners unless the Yankees completely implode, which the Angels were 27-17 what feels like a week ago, and now they're 4 games or 3 games below 500. So it can happen. The Yankees are a better team than the Angels, so I don't think it's going to happen. But I think we can be the second or third best team. I really, really do. The other thing when it comes to adjustments is, to use a meme, this isn't even our final form. This is us without Chris Sale, and this is us without James Paxton, and this is us without whatever move we're going to make. People were talking about us being sellers a month ago. I didn't buy into it then. I do not buy into it now. JD Martinez is one of the best hitters in baseball. He's the best hitter from base average right now. We're not selling him.
Yeah.
I think that we've learned from the past. I think we're going to fix Xander Bogaerts' possible opt-out. We're not that far away on money. I don't think that there's any reason for this team to be a seller. No one thought we were going to compete at all. We came within 2 games of the World Series last year. This team is a better team than the team we had last year. I know April and May doesn't make it feel like it, but believe me, we are. And if Pivetta continues his form, he's found it. Waka was just lights out against the Angels the other day, and I know the Angels are struggling, but he made Ohtani look like he doesn't even know how to hold a baseball. We're a very, very good team, and as the Garrett Cole situation proves, you can't just go pay for the best player because, you can say, all right, isolated incident, 3 straight tonight. We knocked him out after 2+ innings in the wild card game last night. I think that this team, with what we have, is very good. Nathan Eovaldi's a big game pitcher, and I love having him. And on top of that, Whitlock and Houck have done this wonderful little switcheroo where we thought Whitlock was going to be the pen guy and Houck was going to be a starter. Whitlock's been starting. He's been fantastic. And Houck has been exactly what we need out of the pen. That game that went in extras 2 nights ago against the Angels, he pitched the 8th and the 9th. He got us to the 10th inning. We scored the run that we needed to score. Matt Strom is somehow closing games now. He's never closed a game before in his life. He has 3 saves. All 3 have come this season with the Sox. I mean, it's with Alex Cora, you feel like we're going to find a way to win. Which, speaking of, last night he had his 315th win as a Red Sox manager already, and that puts him for 10th most all time.
Wow.
I mean, things are looking up. I know everyone likes to be down because we're not in first place, but man, things are looking good right now. They really are.
If I've learned anything from living in the Boston sports ecosystem, is that there's no middle ground for Boston sports fans. Either our team is the best team in the world or they fucking suck and they're bums. There's nothing in between.
True. And God, we should know better from our history. Yeah. We had bad teams for a long time, especially the Patriots and the Red Sox. But right now, I am very enthusiastic. I love the moves that Heimblum's doing. I
Mm-hmm.
think that the Trevor Story acquisition should show everyone that we need to stop worrying about being the Rays,
Mm-hmm.
because Heimblum only played that way with the Rays because the Rays have Rays money. Now he has
Mm-hmm.
New England money.
Right.
He's already gone out and he's got Trevor Story. I really truly believe that Xander Bogaerts wants to play here. I think we're going to be able to figure it out. Honestly, we're probably only $5 million away a year. In the way Xander's been playing this year, I think we give it to him. I really do.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely be something to keep an eye on. Anything else that you wanted to talk about that we didn't get to?
Um. Oh. Yeah. One thing that we didn't talk about. Cora's finally figured out how to use the bullpen, and the main thing is don't use them. We have 3 complete games this year. 22 teams do not have a single complete game.
Mm-hmm.
No other team has more than one.
It's
It's back to that old school baseball. People
Yeah.
talk about analytics ruining baseball. Hey, we got the hot hand on the mound. We ride with them.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if there will be a kind of like shift back away to the more classical thinking, you know.
I do think so. I believe everything's very cyclical. This is not the first time that we've gone through one of these moments
Mm-hmm.
where it's up and it's down. It's you gotta play the way that the other guy doesn't prepare.
Mm-hmm.
No one prepared for openers. No one prepared for the bullpen game. No one prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
So that became advantageous. Now everyone does it. So now you got to go back to what's everyone not doing.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, I'm not going to make, and I love him. I will never, ever forget what he did for us in '04. But the Dave Roberts taking your guy out when he saw the hot hand thing,
Mm-hmm.
you can make a very good argument that they lost 2 World Series because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Rich Hill was pitching great against the Red Sox in 2018. They took him out. Red Sox came back, won that game. Dodgers go from possibly tying the series to down 3-1. They don't ever recover from that.
Mm-hmm.
It's Walker was in a 1-run game. Every analytic in the world tells you don't ride with him.
Mm-hmm.
Everything tells you don't do it, but we left him in the game and complete game shutout.
Right.
That's not going to work every time. This is baseball, but Cora is the perfect mix of man, manager, and sabermetrics guy. I feel very, very comfortable with him in the dugout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm still waiting to see which team in the NFL all of a sudden just goes to a power run, scheme
right.
out of nowhere. It's gonna happen. Some team is gonna be like, "Fuck, paying a quarterback $30 million a year. We're rolling with just downhill running back, and they'll probably do well."
And I absolutely agree. I think it's harder because it's in the NFL because you don't get the mismatches on the line that you can with college. But with quarterback contracts becoming what they're coming, man, holy crap. I can totally see it. Especially if you find the next Derrick Henry when he's young and healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably the closest to it. But, I mean, Tannehill still makes a lot of money. So there's going to be a team that more significantly goes that direction.
Absolutely.
We'll see. But, all right. Rhett, where can they find you online? What do you want to promote? Anything? Floor is yours.
Once upon a time, I wrote a blog for Wicked Good Sports Everything, and I will do again. And the month of May was something crazy for me, man. But
I feel
get
like
the blog up again. Apart from that, I keep a low profile.
Awesome. So go check out wickedgoodeverythingsports.com. See Rhett's newest blog when that comes out. You can follow me on Twitter at TheFakeBMar. It's BMARR. Channel is on Twitter at WickedGoodSport and at WG Everything. Instagram Wicked Everything. Twitch at twitch.tv/Wicked Everything. And on TikTok, search Wicked Sports, search Wicked Everything. Check out our podcast channel, Better Radio. We're resurrecting one of our shows that was our flagship, Wicked Good Show. So I'm going to try to get all the sports guys on there as guests at some point to kind of, synergize. So watch out for that. And other than that, Rhett, thank you so much for your time.
All right. Thank you, Brian.
We'll see you all in the next one.